Right, so we just had a little chat. You got a check test coming up, and you've had the usual. We've all had it. We've been let down by a couple of pupils, and the one that you're going to use is kind of betwixt and between whether they're going to turn up or not. So you're obviously being quite clever. You're looking at the option that if you don't want to turn up at the test centre and say the examiner haven't got a pupil. If you turn up at a test centre, you can actually say, I will do role play, because the last thing you want to do is postpone your check test, yeah? So
if I am doing role play, should I let them know before the day?
have you sent the letter back yet?
Yeah.
You can let them know. It's not a problem. If you turn up without a pupil, they'll offer you the role play option anyway, yeah?
Okay.
It's just deciding what subject you're going to use for the role play option.
Right.
So as I said, a lot of people go for pedestrian crossings and MSM, but you have to remember MSM stands for mirror, signal, position, speed, look, routine. So therefore, not only will you be dealing with pedestrian crossings, but you'll be dealing with junctions as well, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
So I would just say go for junctions of all types. You're taking it in Letchworth, aren't you?
Yes.
There's a lot of junctions around there.
Yeah.
So it would be a mixture of junctions and roundabouts.
Yep.
They wouldn't normally accept, we're just going to deal with roundabouts. They'll probably say to you, no, I want junctions as well. Yeah?
That's specifically for role play, is it? If you've got a pupil, you can do just roundabouts or just junctions?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So they will stay on subject. Within the MS PSL, yeah, but it's going to be all types of junctions, emerging, turning left, turning right, crossroads, and roundabouts, because they're classed as junctions as well. Yeah. Any questions on that?
Not really.
Now there is a difference doing a role play check test and doing a part 3. On a part 3, if you think back to your part 3 when it was 4, 5, 6 years ago. You know, let's say he turned into a road and he missed the mirrors, and he's coming up to an emerge. You could be actually talking to him about the mirrors that he missed turning into the road, and he'd be able to cope with that. Because it's a check test and he's role playing a pupil, you'd have to let him deal with the busy emerge first. So you'd have to prioritise. Don't start badgering him about the mirrors. You know, what mirrors should you have checked? Why should you have checked them? While he's in the middle of a busy emerge, because he'll cock the emerge up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yep.
So just treat him in exactly the same way as you would do a real pupil. The only difference is that the subject you're covering, they will stick on that subject.
While we're driving around, is it like a part 3 where he'll say, ask me to turn left, ask me to turn right, or is it up to me just to tell him where to go?
It's going to be up to you to work the route out. It's going to be about 50 minutes long, because he will give you a time that he wants you back at the test centre, and you don't want to be back early and you don't want to be back late, because that'll be classed as planning, yeah?
Okay.
Be marked on the planning, yeah? So you need to work the route out.
Yeah, I know Letchworth well enough to be able to...
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Letchworth's not a place where you can... Where you can quite easily, it's not a place you can run out of time, really, because there's always an escape route. You've got a roundabout at the top of the town, you've got a roundabout at the very end of the town by the Shell garage. If the worst comes to the worst and you have been held up, you can always do a 360 degree and come back on yourself, yeah? And there's no harm working out a route where you are coming back on yourself now and again, yeah? Makes sense? So you don't have to go miles out of Letchworth. Any questions of that?
No, that's good.
Yeah? So, the word picture they're going to give you is either going to be they're at a trained level, in other words, they've got a test coming up in 2 or 3 weeks' time, or they could be a full licence holder.
Okay.
Yeah?
So you're not expected to just go through a briefing or anything like that? You're looking at someone's driving who's already been trained in how to do it, and they'll have a few faults that you need to sort out.
Yeah, so obviously, they haven't... because it's role play, they haven't met you before, but you need to try and find out what they've done in the last lesson, so you could have a recap on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you're registered for Pass Plus here.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you register for Pass Plus, you can carry out any of the Pass Plus modules.
Okay.
Does any of them appeal to you?
That would be with a full license holder. I mean, from Letchworth, you could even do motorway, couldn't you? From there, that would be, although it's only 2 lanes, or the country lanes. With that would be another one. Town driving, being defensive, and everything like that would come into it as well. I think probably better to stick with a learner, though, like you said.
Right. So it's a learner at a trained level.
So does he choose who he's going to play?
No, it's at a trained level.
What I mean is, I say, this is the subject I want to do, and then he says, I've had 10 lessons, or I've had 20 lessons, or whatever.
No, he has got to be either coming up to the driving test or post-driving test. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He can't play a beginner, or he can't play somebody who's partly trained.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, he won't be able to multitask. Yeah. You know, so be very careful if you're. Don't be dealing with an error while he's in the middle of something. That's on subject.
Okay.
Yeah. So if he's in the middle of an emerge, and it's a busy emerge, don't be banging on about the mirrors that he's just missed in the road. You can always do that afterwards.
Yeah.
You can always pull him over afterwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to do a recap on the last lesson, and obviously you weren't there for the last lesson.
So can I just ask us again? We talked about me choosing the route and things. Is it good to get the pupil quite independent at that stage? For example, in Letchworth, could I just say to the pupil, right, let's start off here. Can you just follow the signs to Baldock or something like that, and then just let them navigate themselves as I'm watching the driving?
Independent driving's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, independent driving's fine, and they've got no objections to using independent driving. It's not always going to be possible with junctions, because you are going to have to ask them to turn left to turn right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so you're going to have to take them off into an estate to cover certain types of junctions.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for the whole hour. He's not expecting me to just tell him every single turning to take and things like that. I can actually pass some
No, but
control to him.
No, but where possible, if you're following the signs of the town centre, that's the direction you want to go, then follow the signs of the town centre.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to need a recap. So you need to ask me what did I do in my last lesson?
So the rope play situation. This is the first time that we've met, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
So I'll give you.
just tell me a little bit about what you've done in the past in terms of how many lessons you've had, how long you've been learning.
Right. Well, I'll give you a word picture.
Yeah, please.
I've had about 40 lessons. I've got a test in 10 days' time.
Okay. Is your test here?
It is at Letchworth, yeah.
Okay.
And anything else you want to ask me?
Is it your first test?
Yeah.
Okay. And the 40 hours that you've done, how long have you taken that? What's the period you've taken those 40 hours over?
I've been taking 2 hours a week.
For about five months or so.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you just driven your instructor's car all the time, or have you driven anything else as well?
He's got exactly the same car as you,
Okay.
so I'm familiar with the controls of the car. So
Have you got your own car or anybody else's car that you've been driving for your own practice in between lessons?
I do a little bit of driving with my wife's car.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think you've driven that for?
About an hour every weekend. She's not the easiest person in the world to drive with.
Why do you say that?
Sorry?
Why do you say that?
She's a bit nervous. She's not driving the truck, is she?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so you need to find out what did I do on my last lesson.
And then the last lesson that you did, when was that?
Exactly a week ago today.
Right, okay, and you said 10 days from now.
Yeah.
Is this the last lesson you have before your test, or have you got time for any more before?
I've got one more lesson next week.
Right, okay. So, what did you do on your last lesson? Can you remember?
Yeah, we were
Or your last 2 or 3 lessons?
doing a lot of junctions.
Okay. What type of junctions particularly? Can you remember?
All types of junctions. We were doing a lot of left and right hand turns.
Okay.
We done quite a few emerging,
Yeah.
and we done quite a bit of roundabouts.
Okay. And how do you feel about your progress with roundabouts and emerging and the junctions that you did? Do you think you're
I feel
reasonably competent at it now?
Yeah, I feel I'm getting a lot better. I feel they're quite good.
Did you have any problems? Anything that you needed to go through a few times that took a while?
Yeah, in the early stages, I did have a problem with, I think Bob called it hesitancy.
Okay.
But I think that's got a lot better now. I feel a lot more confident with that.
Okay. So, what we'd like to do today really is, if I want to help you, we'll spend the lesson doing different types of junctions, try to vary it, get as many different types of road as we can.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll be able to see if there's any problems that I can help you with and attack the problems and hopefully improve a bit. And then that should leave us a good base to go forward from before the test coming up in 10 days.
So your aims and objectives for this lesson today are what?
To see what level you're at with junctions in terms of being competent at each different one, identify any problems that you're having, analyse why you're having the problems, and try to help you resolve the problems.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
before we start, it's the first time I've seen you. Can you just talk me through your cockpit drill, please? Just tell me everything that you're doing as you're getting ready to drive.
I do this DH treble SM. Check that's it. Seatbelts on. Just check your doors closed. Right.
It is, yep.
Yeah, the lights are all gone out, so it's all gone in. I'm setting my mirrors up.
Do mine as well.
Yeah, they're all done.
Right, okay. And then just before you start the engine, is there anything else that you need to check?
How do you know my mirrors are set properly? Out of roll.
What can you see in the middle mirror there?
Oh, I can't see very much because of that hedge behind me, but I can see that the whole of the back window. I can see a bit of my head restraint and a bit of yours.
Okay, and then what about this mirror next to me? What can you see in there?
Again, that great big hedge behind me, but I can see the 2 door handles, and I can see it's set a bit at the right height. That's normally where I have it.
It looks pretty similar. The door handles look the same in the mirror as they do
And the same
normally.
in that one there.
So we're all okay, are we? Yeah.
So we're going to turn right out of the parking bay
Okay.
and left at the junction.
All right, Tony, so just, that's it. Yep, we're in neutral. And you've got the dipped headlights on there.
Yeah.
Because it's going dark. So you could turn right out of here, please. And when you get to the end of the road, turn left, please. Following this road ahead,
Alright.
and we're coming up to, is it a mini roundabout? Might have to help me with the roads here, I'm not so familiar with it.
Yeah, I'll give you directions.
Okay. Well done with the mirrors there as you change your position. Why is it important to look there?
Oh, I need to see the distance speed behind me.
Okay. What can you see coming up now in front?
Oh, roundabout.
Okay.
And we're going to turn left at the roundabout.
Roundabout, let's take the first exit going left, please. Yeah, why do you think he's doing that?
He's not learning the drivers, isn't he?
Well, your routine was pretty good there. I thought you did a good job getting your speed down. You were looking in the right place. But what happened? Something went wrong as you started turning. Did you see what went wrong?
Take the next turn into the right, please.
Let's take the next road on the right, and then we'll go through it once we're in the new road. press your signal again.
Oh,
There we are. Can you hear that ticking noise?
oh,
Did you hear it on the last roundabout?
I did, yeah.
How long did you hear it for?
I wasn't really listening. It's just a couple of seconds.
Couple of seconds, because it only flashed 3 or 4 times, didn't it?
Yeah, my hearing's not that brilliant, really.
Is there anything else you can tell that tells you that the signal's flashing rather than just the ticking noise inside the car? On the dashboard in front of you? What does it do when you put the indicators on?
There's an awful lot of lights in here, and it's hard to tell.
Tell you what, do you want to find a safe place to pull over in?
No.
On the left somewhere, please.
I do something wrong.
Yeah, I just wanted to look at the signals a little bit. So if you could just give a left signal, because we're not going anywhere.
Oh.
Right. So you said your hearing's not so good. Can you hear that ticking at all?
Oh, I can't hear it now, yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
see anything flashing on the dashboard there?
Oh, it's flashing there and flashing there, yeah.
Well, that's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 2 places you can check to see if it's flashing there and there, and if you can hear it, you can hear it.
All right.
Why did it cancel as you turned in that roundabout? Do you know?
I don't know. I thought I pushed it hard enough.
Just push it very gently. Let's see what happens. So it gave you 3 flashes, didn't it? If you push it a little
right.
bit. If you want it flashed more than 3, what do you need to do?
I'll push it harder.
Go on then. Let's give it a try. Yeah. Is there any other reason why it might cancel early that you can think of?
Sometimes cancel when I turn the wheel a bit.
Yeah. And you might have to. You might have to change your line. So.
Yeah, it's not that important now, is it? Because
Well,
everybody knows where I'm going because they've seen the indicator flash 3 times, haven't they?
Well, that guy you said he gave you a dirty look. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
Well, it's dark, so we can't say it's the look of your face. So what could it be?
Don't know the look of your face?
No, it's dark. Can't see
I
that.
don't know.
It's because unless he's sure that you're turning left, you've got priority, haven't you? So he's going to stop for you.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So just make sure the signal's on, and then he can enter the roundabout nice and safely, and everybody knows what we're doing. So you've got a couple of mechanisms there for checking that it really is flashing.
Oh, right.
Just push it a bit harder. Check your orange flashing light on this side, green flashing light on the dashboard, and if you can hear it, the ticking noise.
Oh, right.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Any questions there? You okay?
No.
All right, when safe, drive on, please. Good blind spot check, well done. On a road like this that you can see in front with all these parked cars around, what sort of things can you expect to happen now?
Oh, I'm pretty good with that.
So, why are you pretty good? What are you good at doing?
Anticipating speed and...
Speed of what? See this crossroads here. Where are you going to look
now
now?
we're going to turn left.
Oh, we're going to turn left, are we? Okay. Think about the signal. Is that fully pressed down? Yes, it is. Well done. Good.
Was my speed wrong along that road then?
No, I thought you were okay there. I was
Yeah,
just, I
yeah,
was
don't
asking-
forget. Don't forget. I will actually stay on subject, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
So don't wander off asking sort of typical
Not off subject now.
kind of things that you would say
No.
to a real learner.
Turning right.
Okay, we'll turn right at the end of the road, please.
So come on, come back at that signal again and just make sure I've got it.
Okay, good with the signal there. That stayed on, didn't it? Did you hear it ticking as you turned, or did you see the orange light flashing and the green light
I
flashing?
did, yeah.
So it's just a lot of cars have that now, where it gives you 3 or 4 or 5 flashes with a little tap. You need to make sure that you're pressing it hard enough to lock it in position.
Yeah, you need to head out a little bit further.
Why did you get that 3 or
And
4
why is
or
that
5?
important?
And why is that important?
Turning left.
And turn left at the end of the road. Good signal, well done. Is there anyone behind you?
Yeah, why is that important?
Sorry, you're asking me why it's important, or are you asking me to ask you
Well,
why
you
it's
should be
important?
asking me why it's important, yeah?
And why is it important to give you good clear signal as you're turning into a
It
junction?
might get dirty looks, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you like getting dirty looks?
No, is that the only danger then? Just dirty looks?
No, because he was giving you dirty looks because he didn't know what you were doing. And because he didn't know what you were doing, what did he do? He stopped.
Yeah, it's not a problem, is it?
Well, have you ever been to a roundabout and you've looked to the right and somebody's turned off without indicating, you thought, oh, thanks, mate, I could have gone then.
No, I'll tell you what I have had though, is when I've been turning at junctions, I've had pedestrians walk out in front of me and they've gone...
That's the same thing, is it? Because you're not indicating, they don't know what you're doing.
Ah, right, so it affects pedestrians as
Where are we
well,
going here?
turning left.
Left at the roundabout. It affects anybody who could see you, really. Pedestrians. Well done there, good sort of pedestrian early on the crossing. Other drivers, pedestrians, cyclists, anybody, especially if it's in a busy town, you are going to get people crossing roads. See the roundabout in front?
Follow the road straight.
We're going to go straight ahead this time. So, how are you going to do this?
Don't check my road.
Good. Where are you looking? What can you see?
To the right.
Are we safe to go? Go, 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 go. Why did you think you had to stop then?
To make sure.
What's the danger of suddenly slowing down like that when there's nothing there?
It's safer, isn't it?
No. Why do you think it's safer?
Well, if he flew around in front of me, I'd be getting the car smashed up, wouldn't I?
Why did you think he was going to come around in front of you?
You can never tell, can you?
Was he indicating right?
No.
Okay, so if he's not indicating, where should he be going?
Straight.
Now, what else can you look at in the car rather than just left or right signals to determine where he's going? Is there anything else that might tell you as to the driver's intentions?
It looked like he was pointing straight.
Yeah, he was heading straight. He was going quite fast as well, wasn't he? If he was turning right, he would have been slower than that. Now, you said to be safe.
At the roundabout, we're going to turn right 360 degrees all the way around back down to the side.
Okay, so at the roundabout, let's take a right turn. It'll be a U-turn. We'll come back on the same road that we're on. So fourth exit, please. So this time, okay, see what's behind you. You don't want him to hit us, do you? So try not to stop unless you really need to. What's coming? Anything? Can we go?
I don't know, I haven't looked yet. Oh no. Yeah, it's clear. I can go
Right.
now.
Okay. When did you start looking right?
When I got there.
Is there anything to stop you from looking a bit earlier? Because there, we sort of didn't actually stop. We crept forward in first gear as you were looking. What we'll do, let's do another U-turn at the next roundabout. We'll come back and do that one again. Next time, we'll just look a little bit earlier. Get the speed down a bit earlier if you need to, so that you've got more time to look. And try not to stop unless there's somebody actually there that's coming in front of you.
So I need to look earlier, look to the right, yeah?
Not just the right, but mainly to the right and opposite you on the roundabout. Anybody coming round from there.
It's just the right and ahead, yeah?
Not just the right and ahead, that's the main place to look. And if you have to slow down because someone's coming, then look everywhere else as well.
At
Because
the roundabout,
people
we're
come
going to turn
round.
right 360 degrees.
So we're going to do another U-turn, 360 degrees. So, good, so far so good. Already, look over there, look where the buildings are. Can you see anybody approaching
I
from
can
that
see your
side?
finger.
Can you see anybody over there?
No.
Anybody opposite you who's turning right? Are we safe to go?
No.
Get the right gear and then let's go.
Okay, go.
Well done. Good gear change. Nicely changed. And now see how you're accelerating onto the roundabout in the right gear, and you've worked out that it's safe to go. And look at your exit speed now. It's much faster, isn't it? Because you planned it all before and looked really early rather than waiting till you got there then looking.
So I need